Hey guys, what's happening? Extreme Zero here today, and I'm going to bring you a little tutorial on how to get rid of the navigation bar, aka Softkeys, on your Android device. Now, unlike Apple devices, most Android devices do not include physical buttons. So, Google has made the Android OS so as to where most devices have these little virtual keys which take the place of the physical buttons, but on the downside, they take up valuable screen space and replace it with this big, thick, black bar, which not only looks kind of ugly, but can also get in the way, especially when you're playing a game, watching a movie, or looking at some pictures, or even browsing on a web page. Even though it's only a few inches of space that it takes up, it can get really annoying and rather ugly and unpresenting. So some developers have gone ahead and given us a little neat way of of going ahead and replacing them with something a little bit more intuitive, which fits in with the OS a little bit better and gives you that few extra inches of screen space back, and it's something called PieControl. We're gonna go ahead and get into that. So in order to get rid of these and replace them with the PieControl, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna need two apps, count them two. So you can go ahead and open the Google Play Store, which I'm gonna do right here. And you're going to need two apps. One is called Ultimate Dynamic NavBar Lite. You can go ahead and install that, and it's by Avaliable. So once you go ahead and install that, you're going to also go ahead and install another app called PieControl. Now once you type in Pi, it should immediately come up. As you can see, it has the Pi in blue writing. Tap on that. PieControl made by Coolace. So you're going to need these two apps in order to get this to work. So install PieControl first. I will repeat that. Install PieControl first, and then go ahead and install UDN Lite. So after you've downloaded both, go ahead and open PieControl. You can go ahead and set up your Pi menu. You can go ahead and increase the size. So when I put it up to 100, as you can see, my Pi menu will be insanely big. Hold a sec. As you can see, that is like massively huge. And when I go ahead and I take it down back to, say, 11, as you can see, it's incredibly small. So I'm gonna go back to where I had it. I think it was 25. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. All right. Now you can go ahead and add different things, such as you can turn the clock on or off, and you can also go ahead and change the color of it to suit your preference. Now the Pi can be activated on different edges of the screen, being the right, bottom, or to the left. So which side of the screen except the top, where the status bar is, it can be activated at any given time. Whether you're inside an app or looking at pictures, it can be activated. And it works the same way as the NavBar buttons at the bottom do. So as you can see, I have it set up here to go to my recent apps window. Tap that again, go back, I can swipe that off, and I can jump into another app. The home button, of course, takes me right back to the home menu, and if I'm inside an app, I have the back button. And the same way, I have the three circles at the bottom. I can go ahead and click, and I'll have the exact same menu open up. Alright, so after you finish setting up your PieControl, which is incredibly easy, you're going to go ahead and open up Ultimate Dynamic Bar. So you have it thrown away in here. Okay. Also known as UDN. So what UDN is basically a virtual navigation bar. When one's activated, it will give you your own navigation bar, which you can go ahead and customize and make it look the way you want to. And unlike the native navigation bar, it hides away, so it does not take up any screen space. Now you can go ahead and simply not use PieControl at all, and simply go with the dynamic navbar or UDN, and simply have your own navbar which hides away after a few seconds. Or you can go ahead and hide the default navigation bar completely and replace it with the PieControl. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go over to NavBar Spoofers, And you're going to want to go to the bottom where it says alternative, and in brackets it has dangerous, because it does modify a few of the system files, so be careful. Be careful when you're activating this. And once you tap this, as you can see, it has the tips. It says make sure you have BusyBox installed and make an Android backup. Now it's not necessary, but you can go ahead and do this just in case something does go wrong. So just user discretion is advised, so be careful. But anyway, once you go ahead and tap this box, this menu will then come up and says, this will hide your actual NavBar. It may hurt your device. If something went wrong, mail me, not me, the developer of the app. And then it asks you if you want to proceed and reboot. And then I'm going to click yes, and of course your device will go ahead and reboot, and when it does, your NavBar, this big black ugly thing at the bottom, will completely disappear. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and click yes, and watch the magic. Alright, so the Nexus 7 is of course rebooting right now, and once it's complete, it will load up, and the NavBar will have completely disappeared. What kind of sorcery is this? My navigation bar, it's disappeared! What happened? Oh no, I can't navigate anymore. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? My device doesn't have any physical buttons. How am I going to get around? Oh wait, that's right, I have PieControl. That's why I said that you're going to go ahead and install it first. So what UDN has gone ahead and done is it has completely erased the default navigation bar. And using another app called PieControl, you now still have that exact same functionality right here. So you go ahead, I'm holding the right side of my screen, as you can see here, the virtual buttons rather, they pop up. And when I'm done with them, I can just let go and they disappear, leaving my screen completely free of any obstructions of any kind, except for the status bar at the top, which I really don't want to get rid of, although that is possible. Alright, so of course UDN is still activated and it still has that virtual nav bar, which goes away after a few seconds. So what you can go ahead and do is go into your notifications menu and tap Ultimate Dynamic Nav Bar, and just simply click the off button. And then of course that virtual bar is now nowhere to be seen. So now your Android device is now completely free of any obstructions, except for the status bar at the top, which can be removed if you wanted to. But it's now completely free of any obstructions, meaning that you now have that precious last few inches of screen space, so you can now go ahead and play games, watch movies, look at pictures, and browse the internet without that big ugly black thing bothering you. So this makes for an excellent little tool as a way to beautify your Android device, get rid of that big ugly bar, and make it a whole lot more pleasing to the eye. So indeed, go ahead, download those two apps from the Google Play Store, being UDN Lite and PieControl. I will place a link into the description, which will take you directly to the Play Store, so you can go ahead and download those apps. Those apps are completely free of charge, so you don't have to worry about putting any money down for them. And once you're done, your Android device will look as beautiful as mine. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and I am going to see you again later. This has been another Extreme Reserve video, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you guys next time, and have a great day.